Welcome everyone, Joe with ECRM here at our vitamin, weight management, and sports nutrition session here in Florida. And with me is Cole from Eagle Labs. He was a moderator of the roundtable on choosing the best co-man. They also sponsored the golfing tournament, which was amazing. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for the sponsorship.
Thanks for having us.
And to jump right into it, what are some of the things that your table discussed around choosing the right co-man?
Yeah, we discussed a lot of things. Some of the things we discussed actually surprised me as a co-man and what was important to not only the brands, but also the retailers. We had a lot of really good engagement from our buyers at Walmart, which was really welcomed and nice. So, one of the things we were like, what do you consider when you're choosing the best co-man for your products? Some things that came up then, ownership was a big key takeaway actually. Ensuring that the ownership of the company aligns with either the brand or the retailer's vision, and that they have not only the financial backing, but the knowledge actually to take your product and or brand and with the retailer, which is something that certain ownership groups might not have, whether you're privately owned, whether you're publicly owned. These were actually major takeaways for both retailers and the brands on that side as well too.
So it's important to really get a feel for the ownership, like to really spend time with them and make sure you're aligned in a lot of different ways.
Correct. Like seeing if you could actually meet the ownership. Are they there on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? These were things that both brand owners and retailers actually stressed was a major plus for any co-man.
And should it be a consistent thing, like not just a one and done throughout the whole process? It's not like they get the business and leave you alone. No, it's a constant thing.
It should be something where you have a direct line to ownership, was kind of what was stated as a plus so for both for both parties.
Okay, and golf helps.
Yeah, being able to golf with the owner helps a lot. And then again, so the CPG background I think was something that kind of came up. So hey, let's say you're owned by a private equity firm. Do they have any CPG background, or is this company just another notch in their belt?
Okay.
Things like that were a big importance.
Okay, so just getting below the surface and really getting to know them, which is really good in any partnership too, right? You want to know, we do business with people.
Exactly.
Not with companies, with people, so you got to know them.
Some of these things will sound basic, but at the same time, you're like, yeah, I guess I never really thought about that at the same time.
In that context.
So, yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so what are some of the other things? Certifications is one thing you talked about?
Certifications is a changing landscape. It definitely seemed like some of the certifications that certain retailers and partners are wanting, definitely the big three of, Underwriters Lab, NSF, Informed Choice. These things are, I think a couple of years ago, used to be nice to haves. They're must haves now.
Oh, okay.
Ensuring that you have a CGMP certificate that is actually inspected at the time. Other certifications that seem to be in that nice to have right now and in the future are going to be that must have are sustainability protocols. Both on brand side and really it seems like on the retailer side, that is going to become something that is pretty much mandatory in the 5 to 6 year mark. So definitely something to keep your eye on as you grow your business and new ventures and where you want to do better at in the future is sustainability. Folks talking about, solar panels on the roof, recycling water at plants where there's things like that, making sure your ingredients are sustainably sourced. So that was definitely something that we spoke at length about, and ensuring that the consumers know that they're purchasing a sustainably sourced product and or carbon emission, low carbon emissions.
So it's not just the ingredients, but the processes behind them that are...
Exactly, and I think the future will tell whether is it sustainability is more important, or is it carbon emissions, or is it a combo of both, because it seems like it's very hard for folks to do both right now. But as we're moving to global warming becoming a bigger part of the consumer conscious, it's going to be something we all have to start thinking about.
And then it also includes, like within the broad umbrella of sustainability, you're getting like supply diversity or social corporate responsibility blend into that.
And like I said, right now they're these nice to haves, and they're very quickly becoming probably a must have.
Gotcha. So the last topic that you guys touched on was how to ensure quality, right?
Yes. So ensuring quality was definitely another lengthy topic. I think one of the main things that everybody expressed, wants to have is meeting the quality team of your co-man. So ensuring you're able to meet the quality control personnel, quality assurance, regulatory heads, meeting those people, being able to discuss your product with them, and making sure that everybody's specifications and expectations are aligned on the finished good. That seemed to be very important that, as a sales guy myself, you want to be the one-man band and be kind of the sun that your customers orbit around. But really, you got to incorporate your other team members and make sure they're included in the process as well.
Got so communication, transparency across the board.
100% transparency was another story that came up of a brand where they had a large PO from a retailer being floated to them. They reached out to their co-man and said, "Hey, can you make us product in 6 weeks?" The co-man said yes. And they actually turned down the PO from the retailer because they didn't think it was realistic.
Yeah.
And they were saying, saying no is a better thing than trying to say yes to something that's impossible, because then you burn the relationship not only with your customer, i.e. the brand, but also the customer's relationship with said retailer. So things like that were really important.
Couldn't agree with you more on that. In fact, many times on different interviews, or I've said it on LinkedIn posts, you want to be transparent and what your capabilities are and what they are not. Never lie. Never lie about it.
It's hard.
Comes back. Yeah.
It's hard as a sales guy. We want to say yes. I think we were all laughing about it because I said, yeah, you have to be able to be, you got to learn to say no. And I go, and you typically have to learn that lesson the hard way.
Yeah. And then in the end, though, they respect you for it, and it's the relationship, the long-term relationship that comes out of it that matters.
It's usually one of the best things I can say is, hey, I don't think we can do that. And that's typically, it's too long, it's too short, with COVID and supply chain. It's very hard to do things quickly in this day and age.
Absolutely. So, any other points before we wrap up?
Something else that came up was clinical studies on finished goods seem to be becoming more and more popular, that you need to have these clinical studies and data validation to back up the claims that you're making on products. I think, again, that's something that's going to be maybe a 3 to 4 year thing that becomes, right now it's a nice to have, but it seems to just be coming up into that must-have territory. But I think there's still a little bit more. It was kind of a more, hey, we see this on the horizon. Hey, we're doing this. Does anybody have a clear path on it? No, but it does seem like to be something that is a growing need of both retailers and brands and products as a whole.
Excellent. Well, last question, or basically last point. Give everybody a little elevator pitch about Eagle Labs. What do you guys do?
Yeah, so Eagle Labs is a dietary supplement, cosmetic, and OTC manufacturer. We're based out of the Tampa Bay area. We produce products in multiple forms, including powders, tablets, capsules, stick packs, gummies, creams, lotions, and serums on the cosmetic side, and then also liquid dietary supplements. We also operate a fulfillment center as well for D2C consumer. We are NSF rated with an A rating. We're also organic certified. I always say we do everything except for soft gels and medical devices. So we're here to be your strategic partner for anything and everything related to health, beauty, and wellness. So we're always here to kind of help out our brands, be that strategic partner, whether it's formulating, whether it's supply chain, whether it's hopefully, managing vendor relationships and retailer relationships with you. We really try to just be that great partner for everybody that we work with.
Awesome, and you'll find them out on the greens again next year.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks
Looking
again.
forward to it.
I really appreciate it.
And no problem. Thank you, Jeff.